Om Namah Shivaya friends, welcome back to Dots of Destiny. Today's video is about the transit of Rahu in Dhanishta nakshatra. Dhanishta is ruled by Mars and the nakshatra has 3 padas in Capricorn and 1 in Aquarius. So Dhanishta nakshatra is a very prominent nakshatra. And that is why it is ruled by Mars also. Prominent means in Capricorn it is the first 3 padas are there, and Mars gets exalted over there. So obviously Dhanishta, Dhanishta, the people having moon, especially in Dhanishta, or maybe 10th lord in Dhanishta, or something significant, sun, moon, 10th lord, lagna, they will have the that urge in them to earn name, fame, and they want wealth, which is dhan ishta. So I want, the desire is there. Now see why I have to describe a little bit what Dhanishta is about, and I will put 2 horoscopes also showing how Dhanishta works. It is not exactly how we feel because this transit will happen from 30th June to roughly 10th of April 2027. Long time. Rahu will be in long time Dhanishta, and by that time it will cross over to Capricorn. From Aquarius to Capricorn. Here I will be dealing with every ascendant and telling you how Rahu tricks us in every whichever possible way. I am not denying it is a planet out of the box and it can give name, fame, everything it does. Not denying that, but most of the time it's a very tricky affair, and that is the problem. The desire becomes endless, but not always the results are like that. On the screen, if you see now, the first horoscope that I am putting it on the screen has, both the horoscopes has moon in Dhanishta. This is the person, the first one that I am putting in at 0 degree Aquarius, the moon is. So now here the thing is that you can see Saturn is in the 2nd house, Sagittarius Lagna, Venus, that is 2nd lord in the 2nd house, 11th lord Venus in the 11th house. Now the person is running a Jupiter Mahadasha, and till 40-45 this Jupiter Mahadasha, at least till 40-42 Jupiter Mahadasha will go on, then he will come into Saturn Mahadasha. So in this horoscope, why I have put in this horoscope is that first to understand that lot of things are told about Dhanishta. Dhanishta is the drummer also. They have a nice sense of music. The Damru of Shiva is represented by Dhanishta, and it's a rhythmic nakshatra. And the dance, because I have seen these people are interested in music, and that is there, that is embedded in their nature. But later they want more prominence in their life, as especially moon in Dhanishta, as they go on with their life. Problem with Dhanishta is that the part which is important, which I will not call problem, but I cannot and I will not always go gaga about the transits or things that are happening. Every which where Dhanishta will be there will be desire. Wherever in your horoscope now Rahu will be traversing Dhanishta, there will be desire. This person, the chart that I've shown you, horoscope of Sagittarius Lagna, lot of desires, but he is just a normal working person, any other boy. Now Jupiter Dasha cannot give him the name, fame. It's not possible, as Jupiter is in trines with Rahu, but Rahu is debilitated on the Lagna in Sagittarius, and Jupiter is aspected by Rahu. Jupiter also aspects Rahu, Rahu also aspects Jupiter. And this Dasha Sun, the dispositor of Jupiter, is the 12th house. So why I am telling all this? Only having a moon or certain planet in Dhanishta does not take you to that kind of a level. That is the first thing one must understand. So the second horoscope also, as I'm showing you, it is also Dhanishta. It is 8 Saturn, Gemini Lagna and Dhanishta Moon. Very ambitious, both of them very ambitious. The second person is also running Jupiter Dasha, which is in Kendra, but they are just the next door normal person. And now when you can say, well, when Saturn Dasha comes, then they can test their the success. My point over here, yes, it can, but after 42-45, when the Jupiter Dasha ends, and you know Saturn is not a planet which gives away very easily. So having a Dhanishta moon, you have a Saturnic quality in you. You can be disciplined, you can be hardworking, you want to do the extra miles, you want to give the the 100% you have, but getting the name fame, here comes Rahu. Because I believe Capricorn and Aquarius both are ruled by Saturn, but Rahu comes in Aquarius, not Capricorn. Now listen a little bit what I have to explain about this transit that is happening in Dhanishta. This is what Rahu does when it comes into Dhanishta now in the last pada. It will show you different kind of vision, which is very, very ambitious. Or if you're running a dasha antar dasha of Rahu, you will suddenly feel very, very you just want to go out and win all. Now, then Rahu comes into Capricorn. That must be understood. Capricorn is a very karmic sign of Saturn, slow sign, 10th house sign. Now, the dream that you have had envisaged in your mind by the time Rahu is in Aquarius till the end of November, that dream will be propelled once Rahu goes into Capricorn, because the work needs to be done. The problem with Rahu in Capricorn is that Rahu wants a shortcut. It is not used to the hard, laborious ways of Saturn. That is why Rahu is not the co-ruler of Capricorn. It is the co-ruler of Aquarius. That is the reason. Aquarius is the ultimate desire fulfillment, the 11th house. Rahu is more comfortable there. But the problem with Rahu Ketu is that it always moves backwards. Now, when it has given you a dream in this transit in Rahu Dhanishta, you have to follow the dream when Rahu goes into Capricorn. So why I'm touching upon this point is that as Rahu will be in Aquarius till the end of November or first week of December, you will have some kind of a desire, and you need to follow that desire, and a lot of opportunities coming your way in that pocket of your area of your life. Now, when this Rahu comes into Capricorn, you will understand achieving that is not very easy. It requires a lot of hard work, because the dispositor of Aquarius, Capricorn, both Saturn will be in Pisces, and later it will go into while Rahu will be in Capricorn, it will go into, obviously Rahu will move into Shravan, it will go into, Saturn will go into debilitation. So things, whatever each ascendant, I'll stress upon this point as I go further in my video, but Rahu Capricorn should not be taking shortcuts. That is the main thing. So here the transit is good. As Rahu enters into the Mars nakshatra, lot has been said about Dhanishta and people louds about it, but the practical approach about it is that you can do this, you can do that, you can become famous, you can become dhani, all these things, but it does not exactly work like that. Maybe a lifetime goes chasing that dream. So that is why I had to explain this point very well, because as I go to the ascendants, I will be touching base upon the point how Rahu takes you to that genre where Dhanishta is, and Dhanishta is a very stubborn nakshatra, I can say, because Shiva Tandava, that kind of a thing. It is the Damaru of Shiva. Shiva is also very, that energy is very raw energy. So you set out on a journey with Rahu in Dhanishta, but you never know where that journey ends, because then Rahu will go into the Capricorn part of Dhanishta and then Shravan. So chalk out a thing, do not fall into the Maya of Rahu or the trick of Rahu. As you know, Rahu is cloudy. And that is why this transit is becoming very, very important in the coming days. So let's see how each ascendant has to go through this kind of a transit. Jump into the time stamp. The Aries ascendant, because this is the 11th house Rahu, obviously you are in a better zone, because Rahu feels comfortable in the 11th house, and Dhanishta is a very high reaching ambitious nakshatra. Now see, what happens is that as Rahu will enter into Dhanishta from 30th of June, you will be executing some of your dreams in whatever Saturn has been doing in the 12th house, because the dispositor of Saturn, Rahu, is Saturn, and obviously Mars is also in a very high octave mode this year. So you will be executing your plans with new group of people. You will have some idea what you are going towards, what you are planning, what you're executing, what you want to do, and it can be some risky venture also. Here I'm totally, because Rahu is in the 11th house, I'm just talking about the essence of how Rahu is dealing with the things that is happening with you in the 11th house of desire and gains and wish fulfillment. Now whatever you are doing, whether it's a startup, whether it's a official job, whether it's like going to the foreign countries, whether whether any kind of public appearance, any name, fame, even 11th house Rahu is good for political people also. So now some kind of plan will be concocted by Rahu and Mars, and which is very ambitious and which is good also, that needs to be done. I am not telling that the plan is only wrong. No. What I am telling is that whatever plan you are thinking as of now, because Rahu will go backward and reach Capricorn, your 10th house, in this December, you will find the next transit of Rahu will be a little difficult than what you have planned in the 11th house. This is the whole total point. Rahu in Capricorn, after it reaches from Aquarius Dhanishta to Capricorn Dhanishta, because the transit does not end in the 11th house, Dhanishta spreads over to the this 10th house also. So what happens is that as Rahu comes into the 10th house in Dhanishta from December onwards, the flavor of this nakshatra will change. Whatever you had been planning when Rahu is in the 11th house now until the end of more or less November, so that will take a different kind of little different shape, which will not be very soothing to you. I have to say that it's a great transit, but it will not be very easy, because Capricorn is not an easy sign. So the Capricorn part of Dhanishta, this Dhanishta part, Aquarius, good. You have made a plan, you start executing it, you get groups and networkings and everything. As Rahu crosses over to the 10th house, please do not take shortcuts, because it will so happen that you already know, I cannot go back with the plan. There is only way out. I have to move forward, and that should be done also, because Mars will be in Leo also. The Dhanishta is a nakshatra of Mars, so Mars will be in Leo for quite a long time this year up to next year June month. So some kind of name, fame, some kind of desire, some kind of thing that is carryover legacy can be carried out by Rahu in Dhanishta. So it is like that you have taken a vow to yourself, that I will do it and nobody can stop me from doing, and that is good. Rahu gives you impetus for that. Be very careful in the whole plan, whatever you are doing. This is the only thing about the transit. The transit will take you as of now into a high and a nice you will feel as if you are getting closer to something which you had been thinking for a very long time. But every detailed planning about the thing should be ready. As I told you, it can be any area of your life, but it is of something about your desire, because as Rahu will go into the 10th house, into the Capricorn part of Dhanishta, you cannot take shortcuts. Rahu wants to take shortcuts. Capricorn is not a shortcut sign. Every details will be encountered and lot of hard work needs to be done, because the dispositor of Saturn, by the time Rahu will be it's still in the 12th house, and then it will go debilitated. So understanding that it's a good transit, what I wanted to tell in this video is how the transit pans out even when Rahu is not there in the 11th house. It is not just the 11th house thing, Dhanishta, that we are talking. That is till the end of this year, November. From December onwards, the flavor of this Dhanishta only changes. Lot of hard work, lot of scrutiny, lot of important things, lot of things putting into perspective, and sometimes it can feel little frustrated also, because Capricorn is a slow sign. Nakshatra is Dhanishta. It wants to give you the name, fame, and the thing that you have concocted or chalked out, but the sign is Capricorn. It's a slow sign. So it's a good transit, Aries ascendant, but be understanding what I'm trying to say. I hope you realized what I'm trying to say about both the parts of Dhanishta, Aquarius and Capricorn. So take care. Taurus ascendant, Taurus, this is the transit of Rahu in Dhanishta begins in your 10th house. Now some kind of as Rahu was in Shatabisha is a very unstable nakshatra of Rahu. Now you will get some kind of a, because Mars is also there in the Aries now, and Mars journey is not bad this year. So you will plan out something regarding your 10th house matter, maybe a change, maybe a plan which you are ambitious about, and all these things. Now these things happens when Rahu is in the 10th house in Dhanishta. Now Rahu will go into the 9th house in Dhanishta, same nakshatra, till 10th of April the Rahu Gochar is there in Dhanishta. So when it goes into the 10th house in Capricorn, then you have to learn something. You have to reinvent yourself, because it will not be easy in Capricorn. The transit of Rahu in Dhanishta nakshatra spreads from Aquarius, and then it goes back to Capricorn. Whatever opportunities you get in Dhanishta Aquarius is a kind of a boost that you had been waiting for long. But as it goes in the December month to Capricorn, this flavor of Dhanishta nakshatra will change a little bit, as Capricorn is a very slow sign. It requires hard detailed working, and you will realize that you have to upgrade your skills, because it is the 9th house of Capricorn. Skills regarding work, skill regarding, you have to do something out of the box, some kind of a development, because 9th house is also our higher Gyan. So higher knowledge. Now Rahu being there can be troubles with the father also regarding that, but whatever, you have to upgrade yourself in whatever ambition you have planned out when Rahu was in the 10th house in Dhanishta from June to November. So this is how the transit will plan out. It is a very important thing to understand. Rahu is as comfortable in Aquarius. It is not that comfortable in Capricorn Dhanishta, because Capricorn is the core zone of Saturn. It does not allow Rahu to work in the way Rahu wants to work. So you be prepared for that. This video is for the change. I cannot keep on telling everything in a very rosy and cozy way. It doesn't happen like that. Rahu goes backwards. First Rahu generates the desire, then the plan is made, and the plan is mostly in shortcut. The plans are made, but you cannot make the plans in shortcut. You have to be very detailed, hardworking in whatever plan you have started with Rahu in Dhanishta, and something will start. That is also true, because this Mars this year is having a very prominent, significant transit in again Cancer and Leo for a very long time. So it is about some name, fame, some recognition, something, because Leo is that. And Mars also is materialistic. It wants that. Because Artha Trikon, 10th house Rahu in Dhanishta is Artha Trikon. You want maybe more money, you want to change a place, you want to go into somewhere else. Whatever you have been doing, you may get the thing, but executing the thing will not be easy. skill development will be required, because Capricorn will give you, the Rahu going into Capricorn in Dhanishta Nakshatra will give you a very tough time, because it is the 9th house Rahu. It's not easy. It will tell you to upgrade yourself in whatever possible way you can. So the transit looks good prima facie as of now, but once 9th house Rahu happens, it is not a very easy transit, that I must say. But obviously, anything that is a desire fulfillment, anything that is going for a name, fame, cannot be easy. Then what is the use of it? So gear up, Taurus. It's a transit that will make you work hard, and then your dreams will be fulfilled. Yeah. Gemini ascendant. For Gemini, Rahu is transiting in Aquarius in Dhanishta Nakshatra in the 9th house. Now you are feeling ambitious. Dhanishta is again name, fame and materialistic nakshatra. Now 9th house is not exactly the house of these things. It is not name, fame. It is not all these things. It's not money. It is your bhagya. Now if you have to churn up your fortune, which Rahu does, even in the 9th house, it cannot sit still. It will give you some impetus. Actually, the transit of Rahu in the 9th house is not very desirable, but yes, it will give you some kind of ambition, because it aspects the Lagna. Obviously, its dispositor Saturn is in the 10th house. Its nakshatra itself, this Dhan Ishta, is about money, name, fame, wealth, all these things. So it can give you a plan. You may reach out to a bigger community. You may go places. You may go to foreign countries. You may learn something out of the works and all these things. And then from June to November, the transit is still taking you towards that. Now when Rahu comes into the 8th house in Capricorn, you feel quite a transformation, and whatever you have planned goes through a lot of, changing path. The plan is not exactly executed the way you have thought it. So it is a little complicated the way Rahu works in Dhanishta in the padas of Aquarius and later in the padas of Capricorn, because Rahu is not very comfortable in Capricorn. I know they always say that Shanivat Rahu, but still you will see the working of Saturn is very, very detail oriented, and that is Capricorn, very hard and slow work. Rahu does not want that. That's why Rahu in Capricorn, in whichever chart you see, it's a challenge. If Saturn is exalted also, still if that dasha comes, it will be a challenge, because there it takes you towards the core of hard work, and Rahu does not want that, because Rahu's brain works. It does not want to, it wants to act smart, not work hard, and Saturn is hard work. That is a problem. There's a contradiction between both the behaviors. That's why Capricorn Rahu in Dhanishta, the flavor will change, and be prepared for that change of flavor from December onwards. The nakshatra remains same, but because it spreads from Aquarius, the agenda of Rahu, whatever it has concocted when it is in Aquarius now, from June 30th to November 30th, will take and twist a turn as Rahu goes into the Dhanishta first two padas in the 8th house. Now, this is why this transit is not very easy. Yes, it will give you the opportunities, but it will leave you thirsty also for more. And if I have to reach that, I have to work tremendously, in a very calculated way, because here I'm talking about a very materialistic Rahu with Dhanishta. Here it is not, I'm talking about the relationship with your father in the 9th house, this, that, with bosses. Yes, bosses can put that impetus in you also. There can be Rahuish kind of bosses who are also seeing that boss, you can get that, if he can, then why I can't? That kind of a thing can also happen. So be very aware, Gemini ascendants, as Rahu Ketu is tricky even more than the other planets as it moves backwards. First it gives you what you're manifesting, then when it reaches Capricorn and the first two padas of Dhanishta, there you realize, okay, that is what I wanted, but it is not something easy, because all the nakshatras of Capricorns are very, very demanding. Shravan nakshatra, 3 times you have to repeat the thing. Then Uttarashada, it is the victory. You are prepared, but it requires no shortcuts, and please do not take any wrong way of Rahu as it reaches Capricorn in the 8th house in Dhanishta from December onwards, because this journey starts from this month 30th June to 10th of April 2027. Whatever it may be, it can be regarding your finances, it can be regarding your learnings, it can be going to some places, it can be whatever it is. What is the idea? The idea that you are thinking at this point of time is the Rahu's idea in Dhanishta, and will be executed by Saturn in the 10th house. And obviously Mars, being the nakshatra ruler, will also have a big part, and Mars will have a long time in Leo, which is your 3rd house. Lot of work, a lot of gusto, all these things are required. So take care, Gemini ascendants. It's a okay transit. The first half is better. You can be going to places, and you can be having a lot of plans in your head, but the later part is a little bit challenging. Rahu into the 8th house. So take care. Cancer ascendants. Cancer, you are having the Rahu in the 8th house in Dhanishta, and then Rahu will reach the 7th house Dhanishta in Capricorn. Now see, here it will open different. If you had been till now waiting for money from foreign lands, 8th house Rahu is good with that. Do not go into shady affairs, as simple as that, because Rahu here, the transit is simple, at the same time it is a bit complicated for you, Cancer, because but I think your decision should be good with Jupiter now on the Lagna. Rahu going into Dhanishta from 30th June to the end of November in the padas of Aquarius Rahu in Dhanishta will provide you the opportunities where you can look towards the future, and now I have these opportunities from maybe from foreign land, maybe your business clients, maybe your whatever it can be. You are going to a different place, you suddenly change your job or whatever, because Dhanishta is all about materialistic things. Here I am not talking about the health part and all these things. It is health, it is wealth and name, and there is a desire that I achieve this. Once I get the opportunity from those things, 8th house Rahu, because it is hidden, the desire is hidden, and it is Aquarius, and that's why Rahu can bring in that opportunity. Now understand that the opportunity should not be shady. First and foremost is that. Second is that when Rahu, this Rahu only, which is in the Aquarius part of Dhanishta, goes into Capricorn part of Dhanishta, which is your 7th house affairs, which is your business and all the daily the daily wages also comes from the 7th house, your image. Rahu will make you work hard for that. It will not come easy, believe me, because the Dhanishta part in Capricorn is a dark side, ruling Saturn's dark sign, or the karmic sign of Saturn. It's not as light as Aquarius, obviously. Here the 10th house matters. You work hard, you execute it, and now you are into a core. You see for yourself. In the 8th house you have something in your mind. In the 7th house, when Rahu comes in Dhanishta from December to April 2027, now you're executing it, and now you know how difficult it is. It is not easy. So first and foremost, keep your head calm, keep the decisions going good, and do not follow the path of do not take a shortcut route, because Capricorn will not allow any shortcut. So it is a Passover nakshatra, like Rahu first gives the desire, Rahu moves backwards, now it is coming from Aquarius to Capricorn. The transition is not easy, both are Saturn sign, but still the transition will not be easy. So keep a check on that, Cancer ascendants, but the transits will open ways for especially foreign lands, especially if you are a businessman, and stock markets and all these things. If you are, because 8th house is also because sudden risk taking, so all these risk taking abilities Rahu can suddenly push you to, because you'll be able to see, if I take this then it will happen. But understand, then Rahu will go into same nakshatra in Capricorn. Capricorn has all the very they are ambitious, but they are difficult nakshatra: Dhanishta, Shravan, Uttarashada. So the plan should be perfect. The plan should be very precise, because as Rahu will enter Dhanishta and Capricorn, it will challenge you with hard work and it will demand a lot from you. So that is how this transit is a tricky transit. It's not bad, but it is tricky, because Dhanishta is lauded by very great. Yeah, it is great, but it is not easy way to achieve that greatness. That is the thing. Okay, now Leo ascendants, this transit of Rahu is happening in your 7th house. 7th house Dhanishta is good for your name, fame, and building prominence in society, because it is the other thing, right? You are the first lagna, and your other part is the 7th house, your other the people you're interacting with. It will push you towards that desire. Very fast forward work. It will make you it will first give you the idea, then you will know, okay, if I can do this, the doors will open. And then Rahu goes into Capricorn in the 6th house, and Saturn is the dispositor, is in the 8th house. Mars, the nakshatra lord, will be in a very favorable position. So especially it will be in Leo for a long time in this transit of Rahu in Dhanishta. So this Rahu will make you work very hard as it crosses from Aquarius Dhanishta to Capricorn Dhanishta, and it is the backward trend of Rahu. Rahu first conceptualizes the plan. That is why Rahu is the Sar, the head. It first thinks, it doesn't go to work. And the problem with Rahu is that Rahu wants some shortcut in Capricorn, which is not allowed by Saturn. It is a favorite sign of Saturn, Capricorn. And Capricorn is, that's why you're very slow, detail oriented, climbing up the ladder, 3 step forward, 2 steps down, one at a time. You deal with all the murky waters, the politics, because it is original 10th house. How can Rahu give away, you think, without the consent of Saturn, who is the lord of Capricorn? So that's why be prepared for the hard work for whatever plan you will be executing. First conceptualize it, which is very good. It will come into your mind. Rahu will give that plan. Dhanishta is a great, especially for your business partners. I'm not talking about relationship here. Dhanishta is not a great nakshatra for relationship. Be very careful with your relationship. They are fragile. Keep it well. The 7th lord in the 8th house and Rahu in Dhanishta. Dhanishta people better, because Bhishma Pitama had this nakshatra. It is quite a bachelor or spinster kind of nakshatra. Even Diana had this nakshatra. She was not happy. Many people are there. I have come across Dhanishta people. They are not exactly the kind of family man. They want things for themselves, and that is how the nakshatra is, especially moon in Dhanishta, lagna in Dhanishta, something like that. So now as Rahu comes in Dhanishta, you have to be careful about your relationship, because your ambition can take a very high tone over here. Now that is good, not bad, but be prepared for the hard work. It will give you the name, fame. It may suddenly give you something, and then even more you have to work for keeping it constant, because now Rahu goes into the 6th house, where it is like it does well. Sign is not easy. Rahu does well in the 6th house, but because the two padas are in Capricorn, so Rahu will now you should not, if Rahu wants you also, you should not take a shortcut in Capricorn Rahu in Dhanishta, because then comes Shravan, then comes Uttarashada. Your victory needs to be finalized there. Shravan will make you do things repetitively, so be prepared for the hard work that Rahu will give. It has to give, because Saturn will not leave it without that. So any name, fame, that any monetary things, any business association, any opportunities will knock at your door. You'll feel quite because Ketu is on the lagna also. You'll feel quite at times over the top, if at least a little bit of good dasha you are running, but still you'll get all those opportunities will knock at you to make money, to have some, in fame in whatever way. Everybody is not, world famous, but in their own possible ways. But be prepared for the Rahu that goes into Capricorn. It will bring new challenges, because Capricorn is a detailed oriented sign. The Dhanishta part of Rahu in Aquarius is easier. It is conceptualized. It's an airy sign. Everything is now conceptualized in the brain. But now the deep thing has to be done in the Capricorn Rahu, so in Dhanishta. So that is the transition, and that is a problem with Rahu. First it gives in the mind, then it will make you do the things. Then you realize it was not as easy or as fast that I had thought. So otherwise, it's a good transit for you. All in all, it is a good transit. From 7th to the 6th house, Rahu does good, but understand whatever you're thinking now needs a lot of detailed oriented work, and quite a hard-pressed, you have to dig deep and work hard in Capricorn Rahu in Dhanishta. So take care, Leo people. Have a good day. Okay. Virgo people, Rahu is in Dhanishta nakshatra in the 6th house. So Rahu is transiting your 6th house now, and 6th house Rahu is good. You are able to manage with all the things that you are dealing with in the 6th house, Shadripus, the Rogrin, Shatru, everything. Now Rahu gives you certain impetus also as it moves into Dhanishta. The impetus is mainly about money, wealth, because 6th house is also Artha Trikon. It can be about loans, yeah, it can be. You want to, because see, don't take it other ways, but because it is Rogrin Shatru, to take advantage of your enemy, to snatch something. These things happen when a person is ambitious. You will see they consciously, or not even realizing what they're doing, they snatch the things from they want it for themselves. So do not take that way. Why? Because then Rahu goes into the Capricorn 5th house. Whatever you had been thinking, your Prarabdha house, your 5th house, now Rahu will enter into Capricorn in the same nakshatra. So the theme from June to November Dhanishta in 6th house is much easier, and you'll get opportunities to prove yourself, to climb the ladder, to get more money, something. Now as you're planning ahead, then Rahu comes into the 5th house. And that is from December to April 10th in Dhanishta, but in Capricorn Rahu will be for 18 months from starting from December. So this Rahu in the 5th house is not easy. Why not easy? Rahu wants shortcut. It will put you into speculation, some kind of you will want name, fame to its utmost. But understand, Capricorn is a slow sign of Saturn. It cannot give things easily. Saturn will not agree to that, because the dispositor of Rahu is Saturn. And that is the reason you must, whatever you are planning, when Rahu is in Aquarius in the 6th house, that plan should be very detailed oriented, and it will not come through very fast. Maybe initially it shows some fast growth, but it has to go to Capricorn later, and that is the problem with Rahu's transit. It always goes backwards. So Rahu going backward first makes you feel very jubilant about the thing. So many opportunities, something suddenly opening the floodgates, and then as it goes to the same nakshatra, but the sign changes, the flavor changes. Here is the story which begins. And because then Rahu will transit into from Dhanishta to Shravan to Uttarashada. 3 nakshatras, the flavor of Capricorn is not easy, and there you have to repeatedly do the things, because it has to go down you to the core level. In Shravan nakshatra, if you have prominent, nothing happens once. At least 3 times you have to go through things. So that is the theme. The 5th house is the issue when Rahu goes. Do not go over the top. Think about the plan, chalk out the details, and it's all about materialistic name, fame, power, anything like that. Anything like that. This is nothing else. This transit, if you take a loan also, you want to do a startup. 5th house things, because you want to do something of your own, some creativity. What is that creativity? it takes time to execute in life. So these things, be careful. Somebody changing from job to business, that can also happen. So be careful about this transit, especially December onwards. Whatever you plan now, it should be very detail oriented, no shortcuts, and no if you have a tendency of putting yourself too much forward, or snatching, or take a little bit of, follow the path of righteousness, I'll say. So then this Rahu will work well for you, and otherwise it is a good transit of Rahu in Dhanishta. Libra ascendant, the Rahu's transit in Dhanishta nakshatra is happening in your 5th house. Now Dhanishta spreads from Aquarius to Capricorn in the 4th house also. So here Rahu wants, this is a materialistic nakshatra. You may be looking for some, because 5th house is the house of speculation, investments also. Maybe you are looking out from pockets or anything you want, which makes your name, your glory come through. Or maybe you want to increase your materialistic things a little more. So that kind of a creativity, or the doors of the creativity, can come open for Libra ascendants. Now whatever you are looking for, first Rahu is in the Aquarius part of Dhanishta, and from December onwards it will go into the Capricorn part of Dhanishta. The thing with this transit is that it flows from high octave thing to lower octave. Why? Because Rahu is very comfortable in Aquarius. Aquarius is an airy sign. Rahu feels very comfortable here, and the kind of impetus it gives you over here, the creativity, the nurture, the churning of the brain, all these things feels very nice. But as Rahu goes into Capricorn in the 4th house, see, Rahu in the 4th house is like, it'll push you to limits to leave your place or do something regarding, because Ketu will be in the 10th house with Jupiter. So here the challenge will come up only when Rahu reaches the 4th house and the padas of Dhanishta, which is in Capricorn, and Ketu will reach the 10th house. There some kind of change is waiting for you, which you'll not realize from June to November, or you may realize, but you will not realize the depth of it unless Rahu goes into the 4th house. And whenever there is a transit of Rahu Ketu, irrespective of any nakshatra, in the 1st, 7th, 4th and 10th house, there is a big change in the life process that is seen. Again and again it is seen. So Libra people, this is a very life-changing transit, which is not easy for you. I have to say that it is a good transit that is needed, but the Capricorn part of Rahu, the 4th house, as Rahu enters Capricorn in the 4th house, that transit will make you do certain hard work or changes, because 4th house is the comfort zone. And that is why Rahu will make some transformation, some changes in that area. Maybe your home, maybe your health, maybe whatever you have planned, that needs to be even more detailed planning when Rahu reaches Capricorn Dhanishta from December onwards. June to November, this transit is good, but do not push yourself too much, because speculations and markets are not doing very great now. Do not fall into the trap of Rahu, I would say, at this point of time. It is not a great time to play with the market or for any other financial thing. We have to be very conservative in the coming years regarding 5th house speculative matters. So that kind of a transit it'll change a lot of things, but be very careful in what you are changing, how you are changing, what decision you are taking. Jupiter is in the 10th house, so any kind of 10th house decision would be exaltation Jupiter, so it would be good. But because Jupiter will have Ketu also over there, and Rahu will come into the 4th house, let not your ambition become too much heavy on you, and whatever you are thinking of expanding, to expand your materialistic growth, to expand your professional growth, regard or change place or whatever, it has to come from a very, very logical point of view and not the shady thing, and in a very righteous way. So yeah, take care, Libra people. Okay, then comes Scorpio. Now you have a Rahu in the Dhanishta in your 4th house. Now 4th house Rahu is about the place you stay, the things you are doing, your peace, your happiness, all these things. And because Dhanishta for you, Dhanishta in Aquarius forms in the 12th, 4th and 8th, this trikon, the moksha trikon, it can be like you want to do certain things but you are not able to do it at this moment of time. Here the position is a little bit tricky because Ketu is also in the 10th house. So Scorpio people, you'll have a great transit of Mars. You wait for that. Dhanishta will work great for you, but for you the case will be a little different than the other ascendants. For you, as Rahu is in the 4th house and in the Dhanishta padas of Aquarius, you will not be able to, you have the plan, but execution comes when Rahu reaches Capricorn. These can be foreign related things, these can be related to real estate, moving places, going to different areas, change of place, change of job can happen, all these things. And obviously 10th house becomes very important as Mars, the Dhanishta is lorded by Mars, and the Mars will be in Leo, your 10th house, for a very long time. Here a lot of, I see Scorpio becomes very dynamic as the year progresses, especially towards the end of the year, when you'll have a Jupiter Ketu Mars conjunction in the 10th house, and Rahu will now move into your 3rd house and Ketu into your 9th house. So Rahu 3rd house Capricorn, you will work hard, you will execute the things you have been waiting for. This thing for you, the transit of Dhanishta will be a game changer. And what happens is that as Rahu is now in the 4th house, you just plan out the things, because now the execution cannot happen. Ketu is in the 10th house, and Dhanishta is mainly about not professional. It is about name, fame, desires and materialistic things. So you are having some target in your mind, and that target is executed not when Rahu is in Dhanishta in Aquarius. For you, the later part of this transit is better because it is the 3rd house Rahu. Yes, you have to grind hard in Capricorn, you have to go for the detailed thing, but you'll do it because Mars will be in the 10th house aspecting the Lagna. So you will, when Scorpio go for I haven't seen this many times, Scorpio ascendants, when they go for hard work, they do not think here and there, what they live up to the thing, and this will be a great transit for you, and quite a game changer. So yeah, this is a nice opportunity that is waiting to be executed, but the peak of it comes only after from the October-November month. Yeah. So but you will be able to see some changes, some opportunities opening up for you, definitely. Yes, take care. Sagittarius, you have Rahu in Dhanishta in the 3rd house. Now 3rd house Rahu in the Dhanishta is again desires. Already it is a desire nakshatra, already it is a nakshatra of materialistic wealth. I'm looking towards the creativity. Yes, Dhanishta also has creativity, no doubt, but it can be in the form of any hobbies also. You want to start your own channel, you want to do something which is 3rd house things, communications, advertising, marketing, all these things are favored by Rahu, and the execution of it will start if from June onwards. The opportunities will start, the execution also starts, and then when Rahu goes into Capricorn, because it is the padas of Dhanishta and Capricorn will even want more detailed oriented work from you, so that the money, because Rahu gives contract based money. 2nd house Rahu is like sudden chunks of money can happen due to whatever work you had been putting it from the third house Rahu thing. It is a good, I would say it is a good transit, definitely, barring the fact that Jupiter is in the 8th house. Why I'm saying is that this Jupiter is not aspecting Rahu. Later it will, but Jupiter is in the 8th house. Some kind of a change within you will happen when Rahu Ketu axis in the 2nd and 8th, Ketu in the 8th and Lagna Lord with the 8th. So some kind of a change, maybe the plan you start with goes for a change. Money comes, definitely Rahu's 2nd house will give you money. There's no doubt about that, but see that it does not come from, you stay on the righteous path. I'll not say anybody is nobody should go for unnecessary risk or snatching, going into wrong path, but righteousness should be there. That is very important in all the Rahu transits. Nonetheless, it is not a bad transit as far as because it's an Artha Trikon. First it's desire house, third house, Dhanishta Rahu, then it is going with the 2nd house. So it is a good transit for you. See that you follow the straight path, right path, because dispositor of Saturn will also, the Rahu's dispositor is still Saturn in Capricorn. Capricorn is a very detailed oriented sign. Chalk out your monetary thing. If you're going for some kind of investment, something, whatever you're planning, it should be planned in details. And Rahu, you have to work hard. In Capricorn, there is nothing free lunches. It's an earthy sign. It's not a airy sign like Aquarius. You concoct a plan and you executed it. No, it'll require some work from your end. So it's a good transit. You will be able to do that. You are quite an ambitious sign for that. Okay, Capricorn, your Rahu placement in the 2nd house and in Dhanishta, there are some, obviously it's a monetary transit over here, and maybe you are now getting the opportunities, the doors are opening, because Rahu works better in Dhanishta. Shatabhisha is a very unstable nakshatra. Though it is the nakshatra of Rahu, it is not the exactly kind of, it's for intellectuals. It is not the nakshatra for money exactly, I won't say. But Dhanishta is a materialistic nakshatra. From my point of view, it is creative also. But in the 2nd house, Dhanishta, I will take it is more into the materialistic point, the name, fame with the family, that kind of a thing, garnering more wealth. Now this can start or will give you opportunity. You will take the opportunities from 2nd house padas of Dhanishta and Aquarius, and then it will go on in this month of December 2026 into your Lagna, into the padas of Dhanishta, then Shravan, then Uttarashada. So yes, Rahu on the Lagna, it gives you different kind of experience and a life changing thing also. Whenever Rahu Ketu transits the Lagna 7th house axis or the 4th and 10th house axis, lot of changes. 2nd and 8th house also to a certain extent. A transformation is waiting to happen. Certain things which you were looking for, because see, Capricorn also very high ambitious sign. Aquarius is intellectually desires and ambitions and name fame. Capricorn is very back to the grounded sign, and here Rahu wants, sometimes Rahu can want you to take shortcut. Do not do that. Take on the path that is the basic path, Saturnic path. Do not pay too much of it to Rahu when Rahu reaches Capricorn on your Lagna. But this transit will give you certain things, definitely will give you experience, will give you money, but will give you certain irritation also, Rahu on the Lagna. And you will want more. The desire can be sometimes insatiable. The ambition can also be insatiable, because Rahu coming on the Lagna can make you want more. And the path with Capricorn Rahu is not shortcut. It is not easy. It's elaborate. It's slow. So here is a change in the transit, because Rahu goes from the higher degree to a lower degree, next sign. The changeover from Aquarius Dhanishta to Capricorn Dhanishta will be very visible and evident. Whatever you have thought in Aquarius now, from 30th June to end of November, whatever capacity of money earning, whatever it is you have thought, because Rahu is an idea, right? The execution needs to be done through Saturn. You will understand it requires a lot of detail oriented hard work and patience, and time will be taken. It cannot be done in a day, but still it will give you good results, and it will be a transit that opens opportunities for you in whichever pockets you are looking for. Because Rahu Ketu, I do not predict Rahu Ketu like it will give knowledge, this, that. Whichever area it takes, that area it transforms with every transit of Rahu Ketu. That is what I've seen, and you learn better when Rahu goes out from that area. That is a problem with Rahu Ketu. As it reaches from the higher degree to a lower degree, once it crosses that sign, now you know, okay, that could have been done better. But so that is why Rahu Ketu predictions are tricky, but nonetheless this transit will be quite a good transit for you, Capricorn. Aquarius people, Rahu is on the Lagna. Now Rahu is on the Lagna and will put you on a high in Dhanishta if Mars is also, because Mars is your 10th lord and Dhanishta is lorded by Mars. Now whatever planning is there, whatever name fame you have to garner, Mars will go into Leo also. It will aspect your Lagna, Aquarius. So these things you will be having. But the thing is that I will say, because Dhanishta flows from Aquarius to Capricorn also. Capricorn is the 12th house. Be very careful in the process as Rahu transits from the 1st house to the 12th house. 12th house Rahu can be very tricky and take you to unnecessary paths which are not needed. It will take you to an unknown zone, and then you will get the fear. 8th house and 12th house Rahu, or your desires piles up so much with Lagna Rahu in Dhanishta, and then going into the 12th house, you may do certain things which is totally bizarre to keep up with that desire or that name. That is also a problem. That is the Maya of the Rahu in the 12th house. 12th house is a dark house. We don't want Rahu in the 12th house because it is dark. We want a Gyan planet like Jupiter does good in the 12th house. That is why Pisces is the sign of Jupiter, and that is why you have to be very careful. It is a cautious transit. Yes, it can give you good results. It may give you good results. If the dasha is good, it will give you good results. But you should not take it to that level, because Capricorn Rahu is like suddenly you will see, if you have to maintain whatever you have got, money, name, fame in this transit of Rahu in Dhanishta and Aquarius, if it needs to be maintained, then you have to take a shortcut path. No, don't do that. That is my problem with Rahu in the 12th house. Unnecessary spending of money. Be very cautious when Rahu from December will transit into Capricorn. Later the detailed video come, but because Dhanishta is going from your Lagna Aquarius to the Padas Capricorn, it is overflowing, and that is why this theme of Dhanishta Nakshatra changes, the flavor changes from December onwards. Be very careful with that change, as 12th house Rahu, one has to deal with utmost caution. What you are doing, every detail should be watched. If you are starting a new business, if you are going to settle in somewhere else, you are going out of your comfort zone, you are moving out of your place or whatever, every detail needs to be checked. What is your community, whom you are going with? 12th house is, that's why it's darkness, and Capricorn is a very dark sign. It's like the 10th house where you have to cope up. Coping up is very difficult in Capricorn. So the transit takes you to a different zone from December onwards, and cautiously optimistic I am that some desired fulfillment it can give you, as Rahu is now transiting on your Lagna till November. But be cautious, do not crave for even more and more with Rahu being in Dhanishta in Capricorn. That can put you into danger. If you have a chalked out very detailed map plan ahead in whatever area you're looking towards, then it's fine. So take care, Aquarius ascendant. Pisces, Rahu is in the 12th house in Dhanishta Nakshatra, and you have some burning desire in your heart which you go all out to achieve. You will. but the time has to come. And when is the time? Jupiter has entered the 5th house, some relief you'll get, and then Rahu will move into the 11th house. The desired fulfillment will happen once Rahu goes into the 11th house of Capricorn in Dhanishta. As of now, because you're looking for some good growth, which is materialistic in its nature, with the 12th Rahu in Dhanishta in Aquarius, these padas of Dhanishta and Aquarius can be a little difficult for you, and you can feel restless about it because you want to achieve it. I mean, that is how it takes you. That is how you go into the grip of Rahu. You have to have, slowly it will give you, not that it will not give you. Do not ask for more and more, and let Rahu go into the 11th house, and then the plan will be very visible in the 11th house. Things will change, the pattern will change from 12th Rahu to 11th Rahu in Dhanishta, same nakshatra. But nonetheless, this change is good for you. Actually, 12th Rahu can be very frustrating also. It gives you a desire, and then you don't know, because 12th house is a very dark place. You do not know what you can hold on to, and better not to take unnecessary risk in the 12th house matters. Foreign things, yes, you can execute those. Be very careful in what you're executing, what you're going towards. Read between the lines in whatever project, what is your desire, what growth you're wanting, because after that Rahu will come into Capricorn from December in the same nakshatra Dhanishta till 10th of April. Your surroundings will change, your networking people will change, and all these things. But Capricorn is a very deep dark sign of Saturn, and Saturn is on your lagna, so it can make you work a little bit hard also for your desire fulfillment. But nonetheless, this transit process is good for you, Pisces, from 12th to the 11th house. So but whenever Rahu goes into the Capricorn area, whatever desire fulfillment, whatever work needs to be done, it should not be shortcut. It should have a righteous, otherwise Saturn punishes that, because Saturn is the dispositor, and it should have a very detailed plan in whatever you're executing to get that thing, because Rahu gives the idea. The execution will be done by Saturn, and it'll not be fast forward. Capricorn is a slow sign. So that is how it works, Rahu for you in Dhanishta from 12th to the 11th house. Nonetheless, it's a good transit for you, Pisces. So have a good day. This was my take on Rahu in Dhanishta. Very prominent transit coming out. Later, I'll come out with other videos. Till then, take care. Good night. Have a good day, friends.